The memorial service for South Africa's first Democratic Minister of Education, Prof Sibusiso Bengu, is underway in Eshowe in the north of KwaZulu-Natal. His official funeral, Category 2, will take place at the main campus of the University of Zululand tomorrow. Professor Bengu's tenure as the first Minister of Education post-1994 saw the crafting and implementation of several critical legislative and institutional interventions that formed the cornerstone of state education policy in years to follow. He died at the age of 90 at his home in Mthunzini last month. We believe that SABC News reporter Simpiwe Makanya is attending the memorial service and joins us live for an update. Hi, Simpiwe. Can you tell us how the mourners have remembered Professor Bengu's legacy and his contribution to even the community and not just to the education sector?
Indeed, Diabo, the first part of the memorial service, which is a closed session, is currently underway here at Eshowe. Behind me, of course, you can see some of the mourners who have converged here really to remember the life and times of Professor Sibusiso Bengu. Of course, as you alluded in your introduction, that he was the first Minister of Basic Education in the country. That was in 1994, and also he has been hailed for a variety of roles that he played in society, not only of that of being an ambassador in Germany, but also in the education sector as a whole, particularly in various universities here in the country. But of course, we do have a niece from the family who's going to talk to us really about the impact that Professor, or the legacy that Professor Bengu has had, particularly within the family. Let's welcome now Phumzile Biyela. Sisiphumzile, sibonge kakhulu ngesikhathi sakho sikubingelele indabeni. Namhlanje abantu bahlangene la ukuzokhumbula impilo kaSolwazi uBengu. Mhlambe njengomuntu osondelene nomndeni, wena ungamchaza ngomuntu obenaliphi iqhaza endenini kakhulukazi?
Iqhaza elidlala umalume emndenini likhulu kakhulu. Umalume usifundisa uthando silwazi nje ngenxa yakhe umalume. Konke okuhle sikubone ngaye, sihamba nje sineqholo njengoba sigcwele sonke la, sineqholo lokuthi size kumalume wethu esimbonile ehamba phambi kwethu enza konke okuhle.
Njengamalungu omndeni, iziphi imfundiso enithi uyishiyile kunina ngoba engasekho nje?
Okwemfundo nje engaqala ngakho, wonke umuntu ubonile ukuthi ukufunda kubalekile, kube uthando njengoba ngisho ukuthi ube nothando lomndeni. Mina nje ngikhuluma nje nginesithombe sakhe, wayekhona emshadweni wami, umuntu ophakeme njengomalume, ubengakhethi ibala lamuntu, besihambela sonke, usikhombisa uthando olukhulu kakhulu esifisayo ukuthi siligcine kungapheli ngoba sehambile.
Njengesihlobo somndeni, njengomndeni, manibona ukuhlukahlukana kwabantu abakhona la, kubona khona amaphino ongqongqoshe kanjalo nosopolitiki abahlukene, kusho ukuthini kunini emndenini ukubona ukuthi ubehlonishwa kangaka, umengameli umemezelile ukuthi uhulumeni wala eNingizimu Afrika uzoba neqhaza ekutheni afihlwe nangesizotha?
Kusho olukhulu kakhulu ukuthi sazi ukuthi umalume wethu, ikakhulukazi mina, ulanywa uma wami, ukwazi ukuthi uma wami belamuntu ophakeme kangaka, ohanjelwe ongqongqosho, ohanjelwe yibo bonke abantu abaphakeme. Siyambona ukuthi kanti ubephakeme kangaka kodwa ubengenakho ukuphakama. Mayiphakathi kwabantu nje belingana, iyona into asifundise yona leyo nto yokuyithoba, wokulingana nawo wonke umuntu okhona, singaphakami.
Thank you so much. Well, there you have it, Diabo. This is, of course, Phumzile Biyela reflecting on the life of Professor Sibusiso Bengu. The initial question I asked her was really around how they react to the family and also the legacy that Professor Bengu is leaving behind. And she was, of course, saying that he was a man who loved his family, was a man who was always, trying to unite people from all sectors really of society. And of course, I think that is testament towards the statement of the IFP, which has just been released a short while ago, really sending condolences to the family of Professor Bengu. The statement, of course, saying that he was a pioneer, someone who was very committed in ensuring that people live peacefully, and also there is development in the country. Of course, Pumzile saying that they take away the fact that he prioritized education even within his own family, saying that people really need to equip themselves with education. And she of course also added to the fact that, you know, seeing these people gathered here speaks volumes in terms of the caliber of person that Professor Bengu was, particularly if you look at the fact that, you know, we have here the Minister of Police, that is Mr. Senzo Mchunu, as well as members of Parliament. Dr. Sibongiseni Dlomo was, of course, one of those who are in attendance here. And of course, earlier on we spoke to the Deputy Minister of Basic Education, that's Dr. Regina Mahaule, who is also part of this memorial service that is currently taking place here. At the moment, the service is a closed session, Diabo, but after this one, then there will be an open session where members of the media will be allowed to basically monitor the proceedings inside. Tomorrow, of course, is the funeral that has been declared by President Cyril Ramaphosa as a special official funeral category 2, where the professor will then be, you know, laid to rest. But in terms of the proceedings here, we are monitoring them so far, and the words that seems to be coming through from the people in attendance here are those of saying that Professor Bengu was a committed public servant. Back to you, Diabo, in studio.
Simphiwe Makanya, SABC News reporter, thank you so much for the update. We'll catch up with you much later.